Hey there, fellow explorers of the strange and spooky. Buckle up because today we're venturing into the heartland of America, to the often overlooked state of South Dakota. Now, you might not think of rolling hills and vast prairies when you think haunted. But trust me, South Dakota has a dark side, full of ghostly tales and unexplained phenomena. From haunted hotels to creepy cemeteries, we're diving headfirst into the unknown. So grab your EMF readers and your skepticism, because we gotta stay scientific. And get ready for a wild ride. Let's go. All right, ghost hunters, let's kick things off at the infamous Bullock Hotel in Deadwood. This place is practically a celebrity in the paranormal world, and for good reason. Built in 1895 by Seth Bullock himself, a legendary sheriff, businessman, and friend to Wild Bill Hickok, this hotel has seen it all. And I mean, we're talking gunfights, gold rushes, and enough Wild West shenanigans to make your head spin. Now, legend has it that Seth Bullock, a man who clearly loved this hotel, never truly checked out. Guests have reported seeing his dapper figure strolling the halls, tipping his hat as he goes. Some even say they felt a sudden chill or heard disembodied footsteps echoing through the corridors. But Seth isn't the only resident ghost causing a stir. A playful spirit, known only as the Children, is said to roam the hotel, giggling and playing pranks on unsuspecting guests. Some say they've heard phantom laughter echoing from empty rooms or felt tiny, unseen hands tugging at their clothes. One of the most active spots in the hotel is room 211, supposedly Seth Bullock's favorite room. Guests who've dared to stay there have reported strange noises, flickering lights, and a feeling of being watched. And then there's the story of the ghostly piano in the ballroom. Apparently it has a mind of its own, playing eerie melodies in the dead of night, even when no one is around. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying that the Bullock Hotel is steeped in history and mystery. It's a place where the past and present collide, and where the line between the living and the dead seems to blur. So, if you're ever in Deadwood, be sure to pay the Bullock a visit. Just keep an eye out for Seth and his ghostly companions. From a haunted hotel, we move on to a place where the veil between the worlds feels even thinner, the Mount Moriah Cemetery. This isn't your average graveyard, folks. Oh no. This place is practically a who's who of Deadwood's most infamous residents, including Wild Bill Hickok and Calamity Jane. Imagine the stories these tombstones could tell. Now, Mount Moriah is infamous for its ghostly residents, with visitors reporting cold spots, disembodied voices, and even full-bodied apparitions. Some say the spirits here are restless, unable to find peace in the afterlife. One of the most frequently cited ghosts is that of Wild Bill Hickok himself. People claim to have seen his shadowy figure wandering the cemetery, often near his grave, which, by the way, is marked by a larger-than-life statue. But it's not just Wild Bill who's hanging around. Calamity Jane, the sharp-tongued frontierswoman and a legend in her own right, is also said to make appearances. Some visitors claim to have felt her presence near her grave, a simple headstone next to Wild Bill's. And then there are the whispers. People have reported hearing faint voices and strange noises while walking through the cemetery, especially at night. Some say the whispers are the voices of the departed, sharing their stories with those who will listen. Whether you're a history buff, a paranormal enthusiast, or just looking for a unique experience, Mount Moriah Cemetery is worth a visit. But be warned, this place will give you chills even on the sunniest of days. So tread carefully and listen closely. You never know who or what you might encounter among the tombstones. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to step inside the Adams house, a place where the weight of history hangs heavy and the air crackles with tales of tragedy and terror. This grand old house in Deadwood has seen its fair share of heartbreak, and some say the echoes of the past still linger within its walls. Built in 1892, the Adams house was once a luxurious brothel owned by the notorious Madam Poker Alice. Now, if those walls could talk, imagine the stories they would tell. But it's not all fun and games, folks. This place has a dark side, one that sends shivers down the spines of even the most skeptical among us. Guests have reported strange occurrences, from disembodied voices to objects moving on their own. Some even claim to have encountered the ghostly apparition of Poker Alice herself, still keeping a watchful eye on her establishment. One of the most chilling stories associated with the Adams house is that of a young prostitute who tragically took her own life within its walls. Legend has it that her spirit still haunts the house, searching for peace that eluded her in life. Visitors have reported feeling a cold spot in the room where she died, as well as hearing her mournful cries echoing through the halls. Some even say they've seen her ghostly figure dressed in a white gown, flitting through the shadows. And then there are the stories of unexplained noises, like footsteps creaking on the stairs when no one is around and doors slamming shut on their own. Some say the house is a conduit for paranormal activity, a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin. Whether you believe the stories or not, there's no denying that the Adams house has a certain eerie energy about it. It's a place where history and hauntings collide, leaving visitors with a sense of unease and a lingering feeling of being watched. Let's leave the spooky hotels and haunted graveyards behind for a moment and venture into the untamed beauty of Gitchie Manitou State Preserve. Now, you might think a place this picturesque couldn't possibly hold any darkness, but don't let the stunning scenery fool you. Gitchie Manitou harbors a dark secret, a tragic history that continues to haunt its rugged cliffs and serene waters. This place has a certain energy about it, a palpable tension that hangs in the air. It's a place where the beauty of nature collides with the unsettling feeling that something isn't quite right. In 1973, Gitchie Manitou was the site of a horrific crime that shocked the nation. 3 young couples came to the park for a night of fun and adventure, but their carefree outing turned into a nightmare when they encountered a group of escaped convicts. The events that unfolded that night are too gruesome to recount here, but the tragedy left an undeniable mark on Gitchie Manitou. Some say the spirits of those who lost their lives that night still linger in the park, seeking justice or perhaps peace. Visitors have reported strange occurrences, from disembodied voices to unexplained noises in the woods. Some even claim to have seen shadowy figures lurking among the trees or felt an unsettling presence following them. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying that Gitchie Manitou has a somber air about it. It's a place where the weight of history is palpable, a stark reminder that even in the most beautiful settings, darkness can lurk beneath the surface. Our final stop on this spooky journey through South Dakota takes us to the grand dame of Rapid City, the Alex Johnson Hotel. This historic landmark has stood tall for almost a century, witnessing the evolution of the city around it. But behind its elegant facade, the Alex Johnson Hotel holds secrets, whispers of a bygone era that refuse to be silenced. Over the years, guests and staff have reported countless paranormal encounters within its walls. From unexplained noises to full-bodied apparitions, the Alex Johnson seems to be a magnet for otherworldly activity. One of the most well-known ghosts is that of a young bride who tragically took her own life on her wedding day. Legend has it that she jumped from a window on the 8th floor, her heartbroken spirit forever bound to the hotel. Guests claim to have seen her ghostly figure, dressed in white, wandering the halls, her sorrowful eyes searching for something lost. Some have even reported feeling a cold spot near the window where she met her demise. But the heartbroken bride isn't the only ghost said to roam the halls of the Alex Johnson. There are whispers of a mischievous spirit who enjoys playing pranks on guests, moving objects, flickering lights, and even turning on faucets. And then there's the story of the little boy who haunts the hotel's basement. Guests have reported hearing his laughter echoing through the empty corridors, sending chills down their spines. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, a stay at the Alex Johnson Hotel is an unforgettable experience. It's a place where history comes alive, where the past and present intertwine, and where the line between the living and the dead seems to blur. So if you're ever in Rapid City and looking for a spooky adventure, book a night at the Alex Johnson. Just don't be surprised if you encounter more than just friendly staff and fellow travelers. Well, folks, there you have it. Our whirlwind tour through some of South Dakota's most haunted locations. From the ghostly halls of the Bullock Hotel to the eerie beauty of Gitchie Manitou State Preserve, we've explored the darker side of this often overlooked state. Did any of these stories send shivers down your spine? Have you ever had your own paranormal encounter? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're brave enough, maybe you'll even pay some of these haunted hotspots a visit yourself. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed our spooky adventure and subscribe to the channel for more chilling explorations into the unknown. Until next time, keep it creepy.